really small and really, really tight. Like, not too many other people should be able to enter your circle. And I say that because sometimes when you have too many people in your circle, or you have too many friends, it's never a good outcome. And I can say that it's never a good outcome because I experienced it. I had some friends who I thought was friends and kept them around a very long time before I realized that it was a one-sided friendship, and that everything revolved around that person, and that the things that they do to make this friendship one-sided, it's just like you can't, like it's very outnumbered what they do to, I don't want to say outnumbered, that doesn't even sound right. The things that they do to make the friendship one-sided, it's just plain to see. Like, you have a friend who always plays the victim. You don't want to be around the person who is always playing the victim, because that means anything that happens is always going to be on you, and it's never going to be their fault. And you're always going to be the one to blame for why it happened. Another red flag is when everything is just me about that friend. That's your cue right there to be like, this person is self-centered. Everything, the sun rises and sets on that person. Everything is about them and what they want to do, and it's my way or the highway. That type of person, you gotta kind of feed them with a long spoon. I once had a friend like this, and can you imagine being with your friend on your birthday and your friend does nothing but talk about herself the whole freaking night, the whole time? It was all about her on your birthday. Yes. Can you just picture that? I'll never forget it. But a friend who just self-centered, and it's all about them, they can't even see you or your issues. You're just there to listen to everything they have to say, and they listen to nothing that you have to say. Your stuff is not important as important as theirs is. So therefore you become their therapist, and that's the position that you're in the whole time. And it's even worse when you have a friend who's a good looking friend and you hang out with them, and they just, you bigging, like you as the girlfriend, you're bigging your friend up because your friend is nice looking, and guys are attracted to your friend. And you bigging your girlfriend up, but your girlfriend never gives you a compliment. And when they do, it's a backhanded compliment. Backhanded compliments, pity parties for you that you didn't ask for. I found myself sitting in the audience looking at the stage. I just wanted to talk about that that's a friendship that you should be trying to totally avoid. I was young at the time, so I didn't know, but you don't want to be friends with a person who is all about them, and they can't even see or hear anything about you. And when you do tell them something about you personal, as soon as you get into an argument with them, they throw everything that you just personally told them right back up in your face. That is terrible. I don't believe I ever threw anything anyone told me confidential back up in their face. So you got to be careful who you tell your secrets to, and you got to be careful that they don't turn it around and flip it on you and make it, sometimes they turn your words into what they want it to be. and be actually believe in themselves. I have to laugh about it because when you think back at it, when you think back on the friendship and things that you tolerated and every boundary that you had, that person just stepped all over them. It's just like, why did you put yourself through that? Like, why all this to be this person's friend? And they didn't even feel the same way about you. They never respected you the way you respected them. They never saw you the way they never looked at you. That's why I say you have to know your role in people's lives. Like, once you realize the role that you play in their lives, that will help you discern whether or not you should stay in that friendship or relationship or what have you. But, after a while it gets tiring. I've been in friendships as long as, I've had friendships as long as 20 years or more. And, we just outgrew each other and had to call it quits because I wasn't going to sit by and let my so-called friend just play the victim all the time. And, like I said, basically I'm in the audience looking back at the stage. They start making you into their little fan now. Like, you're no longer their friend. Now you're one of their fans. And then that turns into them belittling you, like starting to belittle you by saying little things, trying to put you down, trying to take jabs at your family, your husband. They're taking jabs at everything. Everything they can get their hands on, they're going to take jabs at. And then, after you break the friendship off and years go by and you see the person again, you see that friend again, you start saying to yourself, how did I stay so long and put up with, the boundary breaking, the self-centeredness, the victim playing, the manipulation, the smear campaigns. And I'm going to say smear campaigns because they have a lot of other people who they associate with too, who when the relationship between you and them are not going good, those are the people they fall back on and talk about you with. So, and then those are the people that they can make any story up about you, and I guess they'll believe it. But I feel like if other people know you and this person is telling a whole bunch of stories about you, I just feel like if the person sees you and knows you, kind of knows you and not really knows you well, but I just feel like they would be probably looking at that person like, why are you talking about this person whom we never even see that much? But it happens, and it's happened to me, and I learned big lessons over it. Like I said, I'm not angry or mad at anybody, and those who I loved then, I love them now. I wish them the best, and I don't wish no ill will on them. But just know that me and you have a history together. You were once a book in my chapter. If I could say anything to you today about our friendship back then or our relationship back then, the best thing I can say is thank you. Thank you for the lessons learned, good or bad. But there's no way I can go back to being your friend in that manner ever again. And just a person like that, being their friend, it doesn't make sense to try to be their friend again, because when you see their behaviors, when you come back and they still think ill will of you, or still think the bottom of their shoe about you, and think you're beneath them still, or still want to keep up this facade that you are beneath them, first thing they do when they see you is start to nitpick with you and let me see what I can pick out, that, any of her flaws that I can pick out to make her look bad still, because I made her look bad and now she's back and she's making me look bad. And so I have to pick something apart about her and her, you know, like either her and her husband, or I have to pick her apart in order to make her still look bad, because in my eyes, that's the way I see her. She's got to stay beneath me. So those kind of friends, you definitely just want to learn. I mean, if you were in those kind of friendships, just take it as a lesson learned. Don't feed into the negativity. Let them have the stage. I was flabbergasted when the person started reiterating every secret that I ever told them, and threw it back up in my face. Things that were supposed to be personal that I told you, and that person told me plenty of personal stuff, and I never repeated their business to anybody. I kept those secrets even all these years. I still keep their darkest secrets close to my heart, because I really had love for the person, and I really thought we was friends. But thank God there's a God, because God will show you who has your best interests at heart. Believe me, the quieter you get when it comes to certain people, because when I entered back into the, you know, when I entered and the person hadn't seen me for a couple of years and they seen me again, I came back, but I was very quiet, like. And quietness is golden. Let me tell you, being quiet is golden. And I say that because when you get quiet, people feel, you know, the person that did all those things to you, they feel uncomfortable with themselves, because they know what they did, and they know they lied on you, and they know they played the victim, and they know they were lying to you all these years about things, and they feel uncomfortable around you. So the quieter you get, the more comes out about them, and you can kind of see where their head is still at by the questions or the things that they say to you. Questions they start you know, they looking at you. You ain't seen me in years, so you looking at me and you trying to pick things apart about me because you don't know anything about me anymore. So now the person will sit there and try to pick you and your significant other apart, and then as you see them a couple of more times and they realize she doesn't look like the, you know, what I was saying, or she's not the same person who she was before, they start to re-idealize you. So now they start to go back in their train of thought now and start saying to themselves, wait a minute, hold up, did I jump the gun too fast? Now let me be nice, and let me just love bomb them so I can get back in there and probably continue the abuse or continue the manipulation. So they re-idealize you, and then they try to come back, and the only reason they want to come back is so they can finish you off, and they can get more information on you to share with their flying monkeys. And I'm not going to sit here and call this person no narcissist, because that's the definition of what I'm explaining. Narcissist is narcissistic tendencies, and, you know, on the spectrum of being a narcissist, personality disorder. And then I know there's two kinds, covert and overt. I want to say this person was more covert. If covert means that they were not outgoing, then they were, this person was overt. So they would be out in public looking just as happy as ever, looking just as normal, trying to act as normal as ever around other people. And then if you were their friend for very long, you've seen them in action behind closed doors, so you already know that they're not that nice of a person, and you've seen them do other people dirty like that too. And it was only a matter of time before you became a victim of the abuse. But you didn't see it coming because at that time, you was the top tier supply. You was the top tier supply, so they didn't need to make you look bad at the time. They were making you look golden to everybody else. But it was only a matter of time before they start to show people who they are and show you who they are and how they really feel about you. So I took all of that, all the years of being the person's friend. I sat there and I ignored things, and I was passive with everything. I didn't I was passive with a lot of things. I didn't I tried to keep being the person's friend because I felt sorry for them. And the reason I felt sorry for them because they gave me a whole pity party in the beginning of our relationship. So in the beginning of our friendship, because they needed supply, I guess. And then you realize this person likes to be around a lot of people, and they like to be in the spotlight, and they like to be seen as well as heard. And to me, I feel like that would be you know what they say? They say the loudest person is the weakest person in the room. And I see that. I can see where that would be true. That the loudest and me, I'll just sit there and be quiet like this and observe. So I'm observing, but I'm not giving you anything to work with. So when you don't give people anything to work with, there's nothing for them to work with. They can't pick you apart. So what they'll do is they'll try to find things to pick you apart. So now they start attacking you, attacking how you look, attacking your religion, attacking, just attacking you, trying to make you look bad in front of a crowd. And you just have to sit there, and you just kind of gotta be quiet. And the quieter you get, the more you see that when it's not working, they kind of going crazy inside, because they need people to look at you in a negative light because of all the stuff they already said about you or talked about you to people. And it's hurtful. It's very hurtful. But why should you be hurt by somebody who, like at this moment, after all of that, after it's all said and done, and you see them again, that person is never going to be in your life again. So why would you, why would you feel a way that they're trying to make you look bad? That's what they always did when you was their friend. You was their friend, they tried to make you look bad then too. But you just have to realize that everybody does not have your best interest at heart. There are people who they got this spiritual warfare going on, and people are really, really showing their true colors. Like and a person like that who reeks of me, and reeks of jealousy, and reeks of competition, and reeks of not you, me. You just have to leave them in the dust, because somebody like that will try to hurt you. Like if somebody who feels that strongly about everything about you, your family, your anybody who feels that strongly about, putting you down or making you look bad in front of other people, or telling your top secrets that you said to them, telling your top secrets to people, you just have to pray to God for them. Wish them well. Because I never wish bad on nobody. I wish all my enemies love, success, and happiness. I can't say that I wish bad on anybody who did me dirty or did me wrong. But what I will say is that they'll never get a chance to do that shit again. Yes, I said shit. Excuse my language. But yes, they'll never get a chance to do it again to me. And that's what, you have to learn some lessons. If you got to pay attention to the way you feel when you're around certain people. And if your nervous system feels off and you feel anxious and anxiety, full of anxiety, then right there, that tells you all you need to know. You don't need to be around anybody that makes you feel that way, makes you feel bad about yourself, or tries to make you look bad in front of other people because you shining too damn much for them. They trying to take your shine down a notch because your shine is shining too damn much. And me being quiet, I gotta say, the best revenge that I can get, and it's not even revenge, but the best thing that I can say, that the best feeling that you get when you see, people who treated you like that in the past, is the feeling of whatever you said to your flying monkeys. When they look at me, they can't see it. So that's the best feeling, that when you get in front of them and they finally lay eyes on you again after years of not seeing you, I want to say 10 or more years of not seeing you, the best feeling you get is that there's nothing they can really say. So they trying hard to pick you apart, but there's nothing you can really say because I look good, I feel good, I'm still with my husband. My children are grown, because that's another thing. They'll keep your children in competition with their children. They'll keep your husband in competition with their husband. All of this, and you looking at them like, this is not a competition. I am genuinely your fucking friend. I'm genuinely your friend, and I genuinely care for you, and you are pushing me away with all these little tactics that you're doing. So, a person like that, you got to really leave them in the dust, because if you don't, they will come back and try to finish you off for their own pleasure and their own fun, and their own benefit. I can't even say fun, I said their own benefit, because it's beneficial for them to make you look bad in front of other people, because it makes them feel like they look good now. So that's all I wanted to say for now. And I have a really small circle. You should too. And if you don't feel comfortable around certain people, a crowd preferably, then you should remove yourself, and don't never look back. Remove yourself, because some people do not appreciate your presence. So the best thing you could do is just bless them with your absence, because maybe you respect me more when you don't see me anymore. You don't see me in your circle anymore. I'm not part of your circle. I have my own circle, and it's very, very tiny. I let no one else in. So with that being said, if any of this resonated with you, and you like, what I just mentioned about, keeping your circle small and not letting people feed the negative energy off of you, can you please do me a favor? Hit that like button. I would appreciate you if you subscribe to my channel. And if you leave me a comment, hey, I'll take it all. You know what I say. I'll take it. I'll take all of it. Anyway, have a good day. And I love you all. And until the next time. Till the next video.